My general counsel has an autistic son. One of my best friends in Chicago has an autistic daughter. And I know, how fiercely you love your child, but I also know how hard it is, how much work it is for you, and how much support you need. So one of the first things I want us to do is to find out why is it that we're seeing increased incidence of autism. We've got to put a lot more money into research and the science behind autism, because the rates are skyrocketing. And nobody has pinpointed exactly why, but it is reaching epidemic proportions here in the United States. And it's something that I want to devote serious research dollars to dealing with. So that's point number one. Point number two, for parents who already have autism, whose children have already been diagnosed with autism, we're going to have to give you more support, which means that, and the support comes in two ways. Some of it is on the healthcare front, because they may have special needs, and this would be comprehensive coverage. So your son wouldn't be excluded for a pre-existing condition in terms of getting the treatments that he needs. But a lot of it is also the schools, right? Because what we need is early diagnosis can make a big difference in terms of how your son or anybody with autism ends up adapting. The earlier it's diagnosed, the more frequent their therapies, the better their outcomes oftentimes. So what I want to do is make sure that we've got effective screening in every public school, and that as part of the special education mandate and program that exists in every school district, that autism and care for autistic kids and therapy and all the work that's required, that is part of every school district's mandate, the requirement that they provided. And the federal government has to provide the funding needed for special education, something that it has never done. We've always promised at the federal level that we'd provide 40% of special education funding. But the most it's ever been is 18%. And what I've said is we're going to start fully funding special education the way that it was originally intended. But I know how difficult things are right now. And so I will, there's a number of organizations of parents of autistic kids who've started to get mobilized and organized in Washington, and they're starting to get a voice, and I look forward to working with those organizations. Okay.